Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the lambing field. Lambing doesn't officially start for 2 days yet, but we moved them in here this morning. So there's one big paddock, just so it's easier to find them. And let me show you what we've got. New one, born last night. Another single over here by the salt block, so everybody's excited about. And those two were born last night. And they're all staring because it's time to move. So they know we'll open the fence soon. That's why they're calling. Now back up a little. There's a few lambs coming through here, you can see, but like Jason's up there making sure that the new lambs stay with their moms. And this is a pretty big lambing field. It's 5.5 acres, and they will be staying here for the majority of lambing. Here's a couple little ones. Here's one. Jason just helped through the fence. You can tell things have quieted down quite a bit. We've got most of the lambs with their moms. A few, not quite yet, but we'll get that straightened out. And it's obviously raining, but it's really warm out. So that's super. Big change from last year. Last year was rainy and cold, so that was rough. But this year so far, things are looking really good. Just moved the salt block. And you can see the cattle are in a separate paddock, just so you know. But the fence line is right there between the cattle and the sheep for this paddock. And like I said, this paddock is 5.5 acres. Most of the lambs are with their moms. You can see that little one over there. Barely see his little white head. And these two are pretty new. Mom's taking it easy. And that behind her is just the peeled back fence. Obviously that won't stay like that. We don't want anybody tangled up in it. So it's got to be put up. But for now, when we've still got, you can see one ewe up there with the newest set of twins this morning. The ones I showed earlier with one kind of laying on its side. Okay, it doesn't get a lot closer than that. Anyway, so when those characters get over here, we'll be able to shut this. Then this little buddy is the only one who's confused so far. Just a single, so When his mom come back around, she should find him. Then you can see the fence line in the distance. And they're, for the most part, in a square right now. It's not exactly a square, but it's pretty close. And it's netting for the vast majority of it. By the barns is a little bit of woven wire. We just caught the lamb that was by itself over here. You can see Jason in the background. Taking that little buddy out to his mom. So that should really quiet us down out here. So the idea of a big paddock all at once is to not have the lamb confusion we had this morning. Because you can tell the vast majority of these gals have not had lambs yet. Now we're just walking around, making sure that everybody has a mom and has the right mom. And you can tell most of them are where they're supposed to be because they're quiet. There's a few we've still got to get figured out. For the most part, we're doing pretty good. Not too many lambs made it out this far. They came from up over the hill there. And there's a better look at the pasture. And it's been like a half hour, 45 minutes since we moved these gals in here. And you can tell it's quiet. Everybody's found their mom. Most of them you can see have pretty well filled up for the morning. And there's a new set of babies we'll go look at. And that's the new twins, born just since we moved them over here. So these characters are really, really new. And then up the hill a little bit from her is a mom with twins, born yesterday. And the reason, actually it was Jason's idea to point this out, is these two are over here kind of in a valley. I don't know how much of it you can see. It's pretty sheltered here, and we'll swoop around. The rest of the flock is down there. So we'll swoop back. So these two are hanging out kind of by themselves, keeping a little space between themselves and their lambs, more importantly, than everybody else, so that their lambs don't get mixed up. For the first couple of days, it's hard for the babies to find their moms. So these two ladies are doing a lovely job picking a good spot to hang out and taking care of their lambs. Then that one's off by herself. So a likely next mom. Then these are the two born early this morning, obviously in last night's paddock. So they're still up here a bit. And it started raining a little bit again. Anyway, we'll give her and the babies some time to work their way down with everybody else. Then I did have a few questions. And the first one was, how often do the babies nurse? Every couple of hours. Then the second question we got is, why are we keeping the rams out here and how long can they stay? Well, the easy answer is, it's just logistics. If we pull them out of here, that's just one more pen that we have to feed, we have to water, we have to find space for, which there's space in the barn now, but not always. And right now we have the space for them out here on pasture and they're doing fine. And since most of these ewes haven't even lambed yet, obviously there's no risk for early breeding. When we get into like July or so, now the rams have to come out, and there's 5 out here, just to make sure that nobody would breed back early, because we don't want winter lambs. We would prefer to have lambs all this time of year. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know or email us at familyfarmlivestock@gmail.com. Love to hear from you, and thanks for tuning in. See you next time.